Hey, it's Neil, the TV guy here. Today I'm going to be reviewing a couple of UV bonding products. They use a liquid adhesive and then you seal it or cure it with a UV light. The first one I've got here is called Lazerbond. Lazerbond, the blue one. This costs $19.99. And the second one is this one here, Bondic, the orange one. It's cost $22.99. So basically what I'm going to do is I've got a couple of things here that I've broken intentionally, like these sunglasses. I'm going to repair them here with a piece of plastic, and I've got a couple of mugs also that I smashed the handles off of. So I'm going to try and repair handles here and basically use both products to see which one performs better, see what the differences are, and yeah, just get a comparison of what each of them, what they do. So the first obvious difference is the Bondic has a case. I don't know if that would help you not lose it or whatever, but it doesn't seem like that much of a difference. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take some and gob it on this piece of paper of each, just to see what they look like, if there's any differences in the color or anything. The blue one, Lazerbond, I'll do first. You just squeeze the middle part. A big glob of this stuff right there. You can see that. And then use the UV light to cure it. And now the Bondic. Same thing, it just comes out at this end. You squeeze it. A big gob of the stuff right here, and this one has a switch instead of a button. Put that together. Oh yeah, already I can tell that this switch is more annoying than the button for sure. Just needing to flip this little switch seems like not that big a deal, but we'll see as it goes on if it makes it more difficult. Okay. So there's those two. They harden instantly as soon as you use the thing, the UV light. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Notice any difference? It's not terribly easy to tell on camera, but Bondic appears to be a little more yellowy. Let's see. So yeah, this one has a slight yellow. Oh, it's kind of sticky. This one seems a bit harder. There's not much of a color difference. I can see that this one is a bit yellowy, a bit more yellowy. It's slight, but I don't know, that might matter if you're doing something clear. Also the Bondic is a bit sticky. Kind of has some give to it when I push my thumb against it. This Lazerbond seems comparatively tougher, seems a bit harder. It doesn't have any give when I push my thumb into it like that. Whereas this one kind of moves slightly. I don't know, they both seem really strong, but that's a difference I can spot so far. Stickier, kind of more malleable, this one, and a little darker in color. Okay, now I'm going to try repairing these sunglasses. I've snapped a piece of the end off of both of them, and I'm going to use each product on each side of the glasses. This one on here, this little piece of plastic on here, and we can get a look at what the differences are, if there's any, if one is stronger than the other, clearly. Okay. Let's use a mug here. I'm just going to put some more in the edge. I'll do this for both Bondic and Lazerbond as well, so I'm not be objective. Just put some around the edge and then get the light. It has sort of a chemically scent to it. It's not that bad. It's really not it's not super strong smelling, this one. Okay. That's that side with the Lazerbond. let's do the other side. The Bondic. Oh yeah, having the button on the Lazerbond one is certainly makes a situation like this easier, where it's kind of delicate and you're fiddling with the exact placement. The button of the Lazerbond one is certainly easier to use in situations like this, for sure. So you have to hold it exactly so, and the switch is kind of tiny. I don't know if you can see the switch. Let's see. The switch is not huge. It's like this tiny little orange switch. So switching this switch back and forth while you're trying to hold something delicate like this is definitely more difficult than just this button. Just pushing the button with my thumb. Boom, boom. It's a lot easier than this switch. Okay, and we can put a bit more on the outside here. Just to be fair, I did that with the Lazerbond as well. I'll do kind of a second coating to seal it in. Like so. We'll give it a second just to sit there. And other than the strength difference or the needing to put more right away, they both seem pretty equal. I mean, maybe I just did a better job gluing this side when I did it first. The Bondic had a stronger smell to it when I put the light to it, but it seemed like I needed more Bondic initially, but then this one broke also, so I don't know, what can you say? I feel like the strength is pretty much equal on both sides. You just might need to use a little more of the Bondic when you're applying it, so not much of a difference there. Okay, I'm just gonna put some more light on here. Oh yeah. And we can move on to the mugs. First with Lazerbond. Again, breaking a mug, it's pretty delicate. I'm gonna have to kind of reshape the pieces here. So we'll see how this works, if it works at all. Okay. At least these broken mug pieces fit exactly into place. There we go, put some of this on here. Spread it around. Very satisfying. Mixing the mug here. Other way. Oh yeah. The exact nature of the fit is very satisfying. Okay, last piece. Put some here. And here. I think I have enough. I don't need to do it on both pieces. Let's just stick it in. Okay, so that one's done. Lazerbond. Now, oh, hit the button. Now we'll get the other mug. Bondic mug. I'll go over to that side of the table. Okay, this one. How does this fit together? Okay. Do this little piece first. Once again, I can say the Bondic does have much of a stronger smell to it. The button issue is less of an issue with these mug handles because it's not as delicate, but using the button, or using this switch over the button is still a little more awkward. I'm inclined to just leave it on for that reason while I keep the other thing. I'll find the other pieces. Oh, it turned off anyways, okay. This piece, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. This piece must go in there. And a tiny piece here like that. Oh yeah. Yes, or is that it? That has to be. That one also kind of crooked, but I guess that's how it goes if it's going to shatter. So, put some Bondic down here. Anyways, oh, well, maybe I was putting too much pressure on that part, but that didn't hold very good. Okay, well, again, I feel like I'm not applying it any differently. The Bondic just didn't seem to hold quite as strongly. I mean, I'll put it back and do a sort of final test afterwards, but or maybe the placement of the pieces was a bit more precarious with this second mug, but yeah, that just popped right out. I don't feel like I did anything different. Just doesn't seem to grip as strongly and immediately as the Lazerbond one did. Maybe it goes back to the fact that when I pushed on them with my thumb, I could feel it was just harder, the Lazerbond one. This one, I don't know. This Bondic just doesn't seem to grip as immediately as the Lazerbond did. Okay, let's try there. Healthy amount there. And down here. This one seems to have a tinier light. Or the spread of the light is not quite as effective as the Lazerbond either. I don't know, nothing major here, just lots of little details that add up to a whole. Alright. Oh yeah. I guess it smells really strongly because I've got a lot on there with the Bondic, but the scent of this one is definitely much, much stronger. Alright, there's the two mugs. Okay, so there's both mugs. I'll take the camera off and get in a bit closer. You can see the kind of job I did here on these two. It's not great. Since it's shattered, the pieces don't fit together perfectly, but it seems to work okay. And this one, I made a larger gap there. Obviously, it looks a bit ridiculous, but that's where I put the extra amount of glue in there to compensate for that gap for those two. So yeah, they both seem to work fairly easily. There's no major differences that I can tell just by holding them. I don't know, maybe if you washed them, maybe one would dilute. I don't think that the dishwasher would do too much damage. It seems like that's could possibly happen, but there's no real difference in this test as far as their strength. I was pretty liberal with both of them, just because of the nature of the mug, and it shattered, so I felt like I had to really apply a lot just to make sure that it felt. So for both cases I used quite a lot, and it seems like these are basically the same as far as strength and the amount that they'll hold. Neither of them feel like they're weak or that the handles have any give to them. They feel quite strong still, anything I do to them. I feel like I can mush it around, and I'm applying pressure here, and it doesn't seem like it'll break. Maybe that's just the nature of the mug over the plastic of the sunglasses here, but they seem relatively the same as far as strength, I would say. Okay, so to wrap things up here, I would say that there's nothing major that separates them. Just a lot of little things that work against the Bondic, like the stronger smell, the slightly darker color, slightly more expensive, costs $3 more for this one. And really it comes down to the switch over the button for me when using the UV light. It's just, this switch is just annoying when you have to use something delicate like these sunglasses or jewelry or anything fragile and tiny. It's just that much easier to use this button when you have to be holding something in place and pushing the button over flicking this switch. So I would say based on those things, the Lazerbond is clearly the winner for me. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. I'm Neil the TV Guy, and we'll see you next time.